Melania Trump has been no stranger to the public eye since Donald Trump became the President of the United States. Melania has surely made a name for herself, and she's consistently stayed in the headlines. But perhaps the moments we saw most often had been the former First Lady's awkward interactions, the less-than-subtle frowns, and eye rolls on the job. Unfortunately for her, but fortunately for us, most of these clunky moments had been caught on camera. Have you ever wondered which Melania Trump moments went viral? Why have there been so many tense interactions between her and the president? Well, wonder no more. Here are all the awkward Melania Trump moments that were captured by millions. Melania Trump's smile while her husband was being sworn into office caught major attention. Donald Trump's presidential inauguration was a momentous occasion that captured the nation's attention. However, one on-camera moment shared by the President and First Lady Melania Trump generated significant buzz and speculation on the internet. During the swearing-in ceremony, Melania was seen smiling at Donald, but her expression quickly shifted to an intense frown when he turned his back to her. The video, once confirmed to be authentic, as there were rumors of potential editing, ignited a flurry of online discussions. Some social media users began referring to Melania as Sad Melania, while others speculated about the state of her marriage and whether she felt trapped in an unhappy relationship. Body language expert Patty Wood offered insights into Melania's smile-to-frown transition, suggesting that she had anticipated a meaningful moment between herself and the president when he looked back at her. However, the lack of connection between them left her disappointed. This incident marked an awkward beginning to Melania's life in the White House, leaving many to ponder the dynamics of their relationship. Melania Trump's body language at the inaugural ball dance made us all a little uncomfortable. The awkward moments between Donald Trump and Melania continued during the presidential inauguration when the first couple took the floor for their inaugural ball dance. In a 5-minute video capturing the dance, Melania's demeanor appeared notably stiff, and she frequently pulled away from her husband's face. Social media platforms erupted with millions of users commenting on her awkward body language, with some drawing humorous comparisons. One user likened Melania's expression during the dance to the discomfort of a first gynecologist visit, while another complimented her appearance but acknowledged the awkwardness of their dance together. Body language expert Patty Wood analyzed their interactions, noting that they seemed to lack intimate moments during the dance, suggesting that it didn't appear to be about them as a couple. While President Trump began singing along to the music and engaging with the audience, adding an element of joy to the moment, it didn't translate into a shared and intimate connection between the first couple. This further underscored the awkward tension that seemed to persist between them during key public appearances. The first on-camera hand-holding drama between Donald and Melania Trump. Melania Trump's series of awkward moments didn't begin with the swearing-in ceremony, but had an early start during her and Donald Trump's arrival in Washington, D.C. for the 2017 inauguration. The cringe-worthy moment took place as they exited their plane when then-President-elect Trump attempted to hold his wife's hand, only for Melania to swiftly grab his hand and then drop it away from her. This tense and fleeting moment was captured by CNN cameras and viewed by millions of people worldwide. The incident garnered a flurry of reactions on the internet, with many speculating on Melania's feelings and motivations. Some users expressed the view that she felt trapped, while others humorously suggested that the president needed to issue an executive order to compel her to hold his hand. Body language expert Patty Wood provided her analysis of the incident, pointing out that the brief contact between Melania and the president's hand may have been an ordinary gesture for the couple, possibly part of their daily habits. However, the general consensus on the internet was that the awkwardness was all too apparent, leading to speculation that they made a deliberate choice not to display intimacy in the public eye. Melania Trump swatted away Donald Trump's hand on a trip to Israel. During her time as First Lady, Melania Trump embarked on several international trips, each closely scrutinized by the public. One of the most notable and somewhat cringe-inducing moments occurred during Trump's visit to Israel in 2017. The trip commenced with a grand reception as Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his wife greeted the couple, even rolling out the symbolic red carpet as they disembarked from Air Force One. As the Trumps descended the aircraft's stairs and began walking alongside the Netanyahus, a now infamous incident took place. Donald Trump extended his hand towards Melania, seemingly aiming for a hand-holding moment, but his wife unmistakably swatted his hand away. This brief but globally observed gesture sent shockwaves across social media, with the awkward swat moment quickly captured on video and shared by Haaretz, a prominent Middle Eastern media outlet. In response to the footage, Haaretz humorously tweeted, "Well, this is embarrassing." Subsequently, Melania Trump did engage in hand-holding with her husband during their visit to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, but the internet has a long memory, and videos of such awkward moments tend to linger in the public consciousness. Practice makes perfect. Melania Trump made avoiding holding hands look effortless, following a series of high-profile hand swats that turned into viral sensations. Melania Trump seemed to become more adept at avoiding her husband's attempts at hand-holding. In 2018, she executed a particularly sly maneuver to evade locking fingers with Donald Trump. This time, she cleverly concealed her available hand with her clothing, all while discreetly keeping the interaction hidden from the watchful eyes of cameras. Fortunately for the internet, the realm of social media, particularly X, formerly known as Twitter, boasts its fair share of eagle-eyed viewers, ensuring that this moment didn't go unnoticed. The video of this interaction, initially shared by NBC News, depicted Melania using her coat to covertly tuck her hand away, preventing her husband from grasping it. In response, Donald Trump shifted to the other side of her and placed his hand on her back. Subsequently, the president guided Melania toward Air Force One, but the damage had already been done. This episode marked yet another awkward moment caught on camera, and the timing couldn't have been worse, considering that news of Donald's alleged affair with adult film star Stormy Daniels had recently made headlines. Remember the time that Melania Trump shook hands with Donald Trump on stage? In the realm of natural, intimate romance, a hearty handshake surely takes the cake. This unconventional display of affection took center stage at a 2017 event held at Joint Base Andrews in Maryland. Melania Trump stepped onto the stage before an audience of military members, taking the opportunity to introduce her husband, who was slated to address the gathering. Following her introduction, Donald Trump proceeded to join her on stage, but instead of opting for a light hug or a kiss on the cheek, he extended his hand for, you guessed it, a handshake. To add a touch of awkwardness to the situation, he did so without much subtlety, and even gestured for Melania to vacate the stage. It's no surprise that this moment was captured on video, and it quickly ignited a firestorm of responses on social media, racking up millions of views. Commentators on social media had a field day with the incident, with one ex-user humorously remarking, "Nothing says I love you, my wife like a firm handshake and false pleasantries." Another tweet questioned whether he had given her a slight push out of the way. Regardless of the interpretation, this interaction left the internet with yet another memorable and undeniably awkward former First Lady moment to ponder. Melania Trump's inaugural meeting with the Obamas had the internet shook. Donald Trump's inauguration was a treasure trove of awkward Melania moments, and here's yet another to add to the list. On the occasion of the president-elect and Melania Trump's visit to the White House to meet with Barack and Michelle Obama, the newly anointed First Lady gifted us another viral sensation. This time, the source of the moment was her husband's hasty exit from their vehicle and brisk ascent up the White House stairs, leaving Melania behind. While Melania clutched a gift for the outgoing Obamas, she found herself stranded on the far side of the car as the Donald made his way towards his new residence and workplace. Not a second was spared for him to wait for Melania to join him. Body language expert Patty Wood offered her insights into this tension-filled episode, noting, "He's not looking back, he's not waiting for her, he's not looking for her, and he's decided he wants to be introduced by himself rather than as a couple unit." Wood went on to explain that this act signaled Trump's assertion of power, as he essentially conveyed, "I'm on my own. I am singular. I am president." It's safe to say this moment was another cringe-worthy addition to Melania's collection of awkward encounters. Melania Trump made an awkward social media slip-up. While Donald Trump and Twitter once appeared inseparable due to his prolific tweeting and penchant for retweets, that all changed when he faced a ban from the platform. However, Melania Trump, despite maintaining a relatively subdued social media presence in comparison, managed to generate her fair share of jaw-dropping moments on Twitter. One such incident in 2017 caused quite a stir. People couldn't help but notice when the First Lady's personal Twitter account liked and then promptly unliked a tweet that appeared to suggest she wasn't a fan of her husband, Donald. This tweet, posted by writer Andy Ostroy, read, "Seems the only wall Donald Trump's built is the one between him and Melania." Alongside this somewhat grim commentary on the first couple's relationship, Ostroy included a viral GIF capturing Melania's infamous frown during Donald's presidential inauguration. The fact that this tweet was one of only two that Melania had favorited on her personal account. Melania's brief interaction with the tweet left people wondering whether it was an inadvertent slip, the result of a hack, or a deliberate display of her true sentiments toward her husband. Did Melania Trump roll her eyes at Ivanka Trump at the 2020 Republican National Convention? The 2020 Republican National Convention delivered its fair share of memorable moments, some more bizarre than others. From Kimberly Guilfoyle's passionate, if somewhat intense, speech to Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell's curious comments about hamburger consumption, the entire event was quite a spectacle. However, it was a particular interaction that stole the spotlight and ignited internet chatter: Melania Trump's greeting of Ivanka Trump on the convention stage, accompanied by what appeared to be an eye roll. This raised questions about the dynamics of Melania and Ivanka's relationship, suggesting that it might be less than warm. During the convention, Ivanka introduced her father to the audience, who was notably not practicing social distancing. The moment Melania encountered Ivanka on stage was marked by an awkward facial expression. Melania standing beside her husband and wearing a green dress that clever netizens used as a green screen for various comical images, initially smiled at Ivanka. However, her smile quickly transformed into what seemed to be an eye roll, coupled with an air of discomfort. The exact thoughts behind Melania's reaction remain a mystery, leaving us to wonder why she responded to Ivanka in such an awkward manner. Melania Trump's copycat speech left her fishing for an explanation. One of the earliest viral awkward moments involving Melania Trump dates back to her 2016 speech at the Republican National Convention. This particular incident attracted significant criticism, and for good reason. Melania delivered her speech on the first night of the convention, but it bore an uncanny resemblance to a speech Michelle Obama had given in 2008. The internet erupted with comparisons as videos of the two speeches, played side by side, revealed striking similarities in their language and content. What made this even more astonishing was the fact that Michelle Obama's speech had been delivered 8 years prior. Following the widespread attention and backlash surrounding the eerily similar speeches, the Trump Organization took responsibility for the incident. They eventually attributed the blame to staff writer Meredith McIver. McIver stated that Melania Trump had always admired Michelle Obama, and this admiration inadvertently led to the incorporation of some of Michelle's phrases into Melania's speech. Despite the acknowledgement of the mistake and McIver's public apology, the incident left a lasting impression and fueled intense discussions about the speech's authenticity. McIver expressed her regret in a statement saying, "This was my mistake. And I feel terrible for the chaos I have caused Melania and the Trumps, as well as to Mrs. Obama. No harm was meant. Melania Trump nudged Donald Trump to put his hand over his heart during the national anthem. Donald Trump is widely recognized for his professed love of the national anthem and the American flag, which he has famously hugged and kissed on various occasions. However, this devotion to all things patriotic experienced a slight hiccup in 2017 during the 139th annual White House Easter egg roll, resulting in yet another awkward moment for the Trumps. Melania Trump found herself in the unenviable position of having to nudge her husband to remind him to place his hand over his heart during the national anthem, and true to form, this on-camera nudge quickly became a viral sensation. As observed by Time magazine, when the national anthem began, the First Lady and the Trumps' youngest son, Barron, promptly placed their hands over their hearts in a show of respect. Surprisingly, the president did not follow suit and kept his hand down. After several moments passed, Melania subtly nudged Donald, who swiftly corrected his posture. Despite her discreet maneuver, Melania's awkward interaction with her husband and her correction of his behavior did not go unnoticed and soon found its way onto the internet. Although it was a fleeting moment, watching the awkward nudge unfold was cringeworthy for those who witnessed it. Melania Trump's departure from the White House left no doubt that she was ready to go home. Living under the constant scrutiny of the public eye can be an incredibly challenging aspect of being the First Lady of the United States. Every move, gesture, and expression is subject to intense examination, often magnified by the unforgiving nature of the spotlight. Throughout their time in the White House, the Trumps found themselves embroiled in controversies, with the aftermath of the 2020 election being a particularly tumultuous period, as former President Donald Trump publicly disputed the election results. His wife, Melania Trump, seemed more than ready to transition back to her former life. Unbeknownst to her husband, the former First Lady was quietly preparing for their departure from Pennsylvania Avenue, scheduled for January 2021. Amid the heated political battle, a White House official confirmed Melania Trump's sentiments, stating, "Melania Trump is not sad to be leaving. After a tumultuous term marked by discord and division, her eagerness to move on was understandable." A telling moment captured in a YouTube video clip from The Guardian vividly illustrated her desire for a fresh start. Upon leaving Washington, D.C. and arriving at the Palm Beach airport, Melania wasted no time in making her way to a waiting car without so much as a backward glance at her husband, who was busy engaging with photographers. It was a clear sign that she was eager to return home and put the challenging past 4 years firmly behind her. Melania Trump smiles as baseball fans jeer her husband. Former President Donald Trump and First Lady Melania Trump wore smiles as they waved to the boisterous crowd during Game 5 of the Nationals-Astros World Series. However, the president's grin soon faded when he realized that the crowd was not cheering, but instead, they were booing and chanting, "Lock him up." The audible displeasure of the crowd left President Trump visibly unhappy, while his wife appeared to struggle to maintain her composure. In a clip shared on YouTube by NBC, the First Lady did not appear too perturbed by the crowd's less-than-warm reception. In fact, she seemed to be attempting, albeit unsuccessfully, to hide a smile, leading some to speculate if she found amusement in her husband's public embarrassment. One might argue that the First Lady was merely putting on a facade to appear composed and professional. However, this incident isn't isolated. There's another instance from a different World Series game where Melania was caught rolling her eyes and appearing frustrated with the leader of the free world. In a clip posted on Twitter, Melania's smile visibly transformed into an expression of exasperation as she turned away from her husband. While it's possible that she simply isn't a baseball enthusiast, the consistent observations of a disconnect between the Trumps during the president's 4-year term make it easy for some to interpret these moments as personal reactions. akin to her repeated refusals to publicly hold her husband's hand. Melania Trump turns a blind eye to her husband's alleged infidelities. As the third wife of President Donald Trump, Melania Trump was likely not entirely surprised by the rumors surrounding her husband's fidelity. In a 2015 interview with Barbara Walters on ABC News, she candidly shared some early signs, mentioning that when they first met, he asked for her number while he was on a date with another woman. She acknowledged that he had a reputation as a ladies' man. Despite these potential red flags, Melania chose to continue their relationship. However, it wasn't just rumors and gossip that the First Lady had to contend with. Over the years, a significant number of women came forward, with 26 accusing Trump of unwanted advances and inappropriate behavior. Moreover, there was the highly publicized hush money payment made to a porn star. Yet, Melania's response appeared remarkably nonchalant. In her interview with ABC News, she seemed unfazed by her husband's alleged extramarital activities. Melania emphasized that she had more important matters to occupy her thoughts and time as a mother and first lady. She downplayed the allegations, stating that they were not a focus for her. She went even further, suggesting that accusers should provide really hard evidence and cautioning against making unsubstantiated claims. Melania voiced concern about how the media portrayed such stories, asserting that they sometimes crossed boundaries and presented inaccurate narratives. Melania Trump draws criticism for her appearance at Rosalynn Carter's funeral. The tradition of first ladies and former presidents coming together for funerals of their own is a common one, but Melania Trump's presence at the tribute service for former First Lady Rosalynn Carter raised some eyebrows. It wasn't anything she did or said, but rather the disparaging comments made by her husband, President Donald Trump, about the Carters over the years that left people questioning her attendance. President Trump had made insensitive remarks, such as one at a rally in Fort Dodge, Iowa, the day after Mrs. Carter was admitted to hospice, where he said, "And the happiest person anywhere in this country right now is Jimmy Carter, because his administration looked brilliant compared to these clowns." Given her husband's tactless comments, Melania's decision to attend the service alone was a wise one. However, it did raise questions as to why she attended at all. The Carter family made it clear that it was Mrs. Carter's choice to include her. In an interview with The Washington Post, Rosalynn's son, Chip Carter, emphasized that his mother was a gracious person who treated everyone with respect, including former first ladies. It was a lesson in grace that the Trumps could have learned from, especially considering that neither of them publicly apologized for the former president's rude and untimely comment. In the end, Melania found herself in a no-win situation, as she would have faced criticism both for not attending and for showing up. Melania Trump's time in the spotlight as the First Lady was marked by numerous memorable moments, both intentional and unintentional. Which of these awkward Melania Trump moments caught on camera surprised you the most? Did you see them as genuine reactions or calculated gestures? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more captivating content. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.